Alright, hey guys, and welcome back. As this week I'm taking a look at another obscure toy line by Remco, with Robot Defenders and Renegades. Released by Remco in 1982, the Robot Defenders and Renegades is a very small and basic line of robot toys. There are two factions: the good Robot Defenders, consisting of Ipaxion, Mazrak, and Zotan, and the evil Robot Renegades, who are Diotrax, Wargor, and Zabak. Seeing as how these were released pre-GoBot and Transformers era, the robots do not transform or have any special features. They stand about 5 inches tall and come packaged with either a sword or a laser rifle. No backstory is provided with the toys, and after 1 year the line was discontinued by Remco. Now let's take a look at some of the toys from this line.
Alright, so now let's take a look at one of the Robot Defenders I have here from the Remco line. This is one of the Defenders robots and not the Renegades. And this is Zotan, so he would have been one of the good or heroic Robot Renegades. Now I have to say that these things right off the bat, they look kind of really super cheesy and cheap. And in truth, they are. The plastic's very hollow and brittle, but I do think they're neat. They're still from this kind of world of toys to where Transformers and GoBots weren't mainstream on the scene yet. And so you have like this whole kind of Robo-Force, like late 70s type of look to robots, to where people really didn't even know like what like a toy robot was supposed to look like. It had that kind of 60s or 70s look, or Battlestar Galactica, or like the old sci-fi movies, and that's kind of what this reminds me of, and that's really a part of the reason why I like it, is because it's so cheesy. He would have had one accessory, which would have been a laser sword he would have had in his hand. And these little pegs up at the top, oddly enough, I was certain they were to hold little missiles or other accessories, but they don't do anything at all. They're just little hollowed out holes and pegs for whatever reason, but there's no projectiles that these fire at all, and I don't believe you can put the sword or the laser rifle in those holes either, so they're just there for decorative purposes. The paint scheme is plain, but I do like it. The blue kind of pops nice. The yellow and gray is an odd choice, but the yellow adds for some nice contrast, but the overall red looks good. It's almost like he's supposed to be an astronaut, because you have this cable that goes across the front, which makes me think it's more of an air line, like an electrical line. So that's what I mean with these robots. Like, he looks more like a person than a robot, and like you almost expect there's a person inside of this as a suit. The articulation is actually pretty good on these things. You can turn the head, I believe, almost all the way around. Actually, yeah, the head can turn all the way around. The wrist on the one side turns all the way around. And then you have some decent articulation here, where you can't really move it all the way, but you can move at the elbow back and forth, and you can rotate the arm all the way around. It does turn 360 degrees at the waist, and he has a separate laser cannon here, which is really nice. Not all of the robots had them, only a few had them, and again, like I said, there's no projectiles, so really missed opportunity by Remco there. They could just put a little button on the top and, you know, had him fire a projectile, and you would have gotten a lot more playability out of that. And then at the waist, you can't move too much. You move backwards and forwards a little bit. And pretty much the same with the legs. They come up about a quarter of the way. But considering how hollow the plastic and how brittle it is, I'm surprised that you actually get that much articulation out of this toy. So overall, yeah, there's really nothing that stands out about these as to kind of just how cheap they look. They kind of look like something from like the Mantech line, or just they have a really bizarre kind of like didn't know what to do with this line of robots, line of toys. Just a generic basic robot that you saw a lot in the early 80s, before like 84 and 83 when GoBots and Transformers came around. But otherwise, I still think that they're really neat and they're interesting and definitely have a really unique look to them that you don't find too much nowadays. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed taking a look at this obscure line by Remco with me today with the Robot Defenders and Renegades, and I'll see you back here next time. Until then, take care.
Hey guys, if you liked the video that you just watched, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and you can follow me at Facebook at King of Retro or Twitter at #8ByteBrian. See you next time.